Hi everyone, how are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining me on this episode and a very warm welcome. And before I even proceed, if you haven't subscribed, kindly make sure to subscribe to this new channel and let's keep our community growing, right? So, Prince Harry and Meghan are still on their 2-day visit in Jordan, and yesterday was just amazing. They did a whole lot of things. For example, for their first visit, Prince Harry and Meghan went or attended a WHO roundtable with donors and partners in Amman, invited by Dr. Tedros, who is the Director General of WHO. And then for their second visit, Prince Harry and Meghan went to Questcop, which is a youth center at the Zar Atari refugee camp, which is home to displaced Syrians near Mafraq in northern Jordan. And honestly, the work that Harry and Meghan are doing in Jordan is just amazing. And then one other thing is that Prince Harry and Meghan met with the UK ambassador in Jordan, and he said some very amazing things concerning the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, that it has led to the royalists who are in the UK spiraling, especially those ones who are pro William and Kate, the ones who usually campaign for them so much. So during their meeting, the UK ambassador to Jordan, who's called Philip Hall, thanked Prince Harry and Meghan by saying, and let me quote his words, "Your appreciation of the efforts that the UN, including of course the WHO, the government of Jordan and others are making here is enormously appreciated. So thank you for coming." That is what the UK ambassador to Jordan, Philip Hall, told Prince Harry and Meghan. And that was obviously a very beautiful message, thanking the Duke and Duchess of Sussex for their efforts and even their appreciation of the work that people are actually doing in Jordan to help the affected people and families there. So it is amazing, right? Yet someone still found a way to cry over this. Anyway, after the day's work, Prince Harry and Meghan updated on their website, and this is what they wrote that, well, let me just quote that specific part. So they were like, "At sunset, the Duke and Duchess joined World Health Organization officials and embassy staff at the British ambassador's residence for iftar, the breaking of the fast, as day one closed with a renewed sense of urgency and resolve. The challenges facing Jordan and the wider region are immense, but so too is the leadership, ingenuity, and humanity of those working on the front lines. APPLAUDS remains committed to supporting partners who center care, dignity, and long-term recovery, and to advocating for a global response that meets this moment with compassion, courage, and action." So basically, Prince Harry and Meghan showed their commitment to supporting this cause through the APPLAUDS Foundation, and they met with WHO officials and also the embassy staff at the British ambassador's residence for iftar, right? And that is just okay, right? Because Prince Harry and Meghan are showing their support and they are showing that they actually care about this and they want to help people. But then Richard Eden threw a tantrum. So Richard Eden on his X page then wrote this, and let me just quote exactly what Richard Eden said. So Richard said, "Further evidence of the establishment plot I have written about to welcome back Harry and Meghan into the royal fold. Tonight they were invited to an event by His Majesty's ambassador to Jordan." And then Richard specifically quoted that part where Harry and Meghan had said they went to his residence, that is for the iftar. And I'm just like, okay. So basically what Richard Eden is saying is that there's this plot to bring back Harry and Meghan into the royal fold. And who came up with this story? It's none other than Richard Eden, because this is the same man who's been campaigning for Prince William and Kate Middleton for the longest time. He is obviously scared that Harry and Meghan might be brought back into this institution, yet William and Kate did everything they could to drive them out. So the thought of Harry and Meghan ever coming back or just competing with William and Kate in any way scares these people so much. Richard Eden even received, was it dog biscuits from the Middletons? So obviously this is a pro-William and Kate person. And if you don't know where this whole story began, so last year December, Richard Eden wrote an article for the Daily Mail And he came up with a whole theory called Project Thor. And according to Richard Eden, there are forces, very powerful forces in the UK, that are determined to bring back Harry and Meghan. And he named a few people. So let me just take you through that article that was actually written by Richard Eden last December, because it was just funny to me how someone can even think like that. So Richard Eden wrote an article that was titled Richard Eden on the establishment plot to bring Harry and Meghan back to Britain. And the article discusses what Richard Eden describes as an ongoing establishment plot nicknamed Project Thor to rehabilitate Prince Harry and Meghan in the UK, that is, warm up their frosty relationship with the royal family and the British public, and potentially facilitate their return or reintegration into the royal family. And Richard Eden was claiming that it's gathering pace with developments like a government review of Harry's UK security arrangements, which was announced late 2025, seen as a key step. And then Richard Eden then talks about how powerful figures in the establishment are allegedly involved, including senior politicians such as Foreign Secretary Yvette Cooper and Justice Secretary David Lammy. Also, he talks about how relations soared dramatically after Harry and Meghan's departure, with their Oprah interview and Harry's spare. And he says that this project seeks to melt this ice and counter hostility. Eden then frames it as worrying for the monarchy's stability, potentially undermining Prince William and Kate. You see, it's all about Prince William and Kate Middleton. That is the reason why someone like Richard Eden is really, really angry, and also seems like he's actually terrified. See, these people know exactly the power that Harry and Meghan have. They know that the public's eye is mostly on the Sussexes. People are just very much interested in everything that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex do. But I can't say the same for Prince William and Kate Middleton. Every time they are even seen outside, maybe on the same day, like Harry and Meghan are doing their engagements and then William and Kate also doing their own things, you'll notice that the media is always on Harry and Meghan. Like they are always reporting on what Harry and Meghan are doing and not William and Kate. And obviously, for people who are pro William and Kate, they'll be terrified because William and Kate are the next king and queen of England, or king and queen consorts. So they can't imagine Harry and Meghan, who are already global superstars, ever coming back to the UK at a time when William and Kate are about to ascend the throne, or even when they are on that throne. They know it's going to be a huge, huge challenge for the king and queen of England. But worry not, Richard Eden, because I'm sure the Sussexes do not want anything to do with the monarchy. I'm sure they don't want anything to even do with coming back to the UK. I mean, have you seen their lives in California? Have you seen the way that they are thriving? They are living that life. They are literally just having the best time of their lives right now. So, what makes someone like Richard Eden think that Harry and Meghan would want to leave all of that and come to serve William and Kate, or just be their scapegoats? Obviously not. Like, it's never going to happen. So you should stop shaking and writing a million articles about Project Thor, because that is not something that is ever going to happen. Harry and Meghan are obviously not in for anything like that. Neither do they even dream about coming back to the UK. Harry has even spoken about it multiple times. Even in the 60 Minutes interview that he did, was it in 2023? Yeah. Prince Harry was asked, do you ever think, or are you ever considering coming back to work as a working member of that family? And Prince Harry's answer was so fast. He said no. So him and Meghan obviously do not want to come back to the UK, and someone like Richard Eden should get that through his thick skull and stop spreading rumors around. See, what I can say about Harry and Meghan meeting the UK ambassador in Jordan is that the UK obviously knows that this is good for them, especially right now. Harry and Meghan have a good reputation. They've been doing amazing things, especially humanitarian work. So them associating with Harry and Meghan is a good thing. Also, they need the attention that Harry and Meghan are bringing to that country right now, because with the wars and lots of people being affected, even being displaced, they need the Sussexes to bring attention to what is happening in that country so that people can actually get help. Because I'm sure right now, even for these 2 days that Harry and Meghan have been there, so many people have gotten to know what Jordan is like and what is actually happening there, which is good for Jordan, right? Because those people are going to be helped, even the people in Syria and all of those. Like, this is a good thing. So everyone would want to associate with Harry and Meghan to bring themselves that attention and for them to get as much help as they can. So Richard Eden is just throwing a tantrum. I don't think these people even see the logics of Harry and Meghan going to Jordan. All they think about is these are the threat that it's actually bringing to Prince William and Kate Middleton. That is the lazy royals. All they think about is William and Kate and how Harry and Meghan's visit, or even them just talking to someone, is going to affect Prince William and Kate Middleton. Well, maybe William and Kate should start working, like real work, instead of just constantly worrying about the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. So yeah, I don't know about you all. Don't you think it's hilarious for these people to continually just speculate things and worry constantly about Prince Harry and Meghan coming back to the UK when it's not even something that the Sussexes actually want to do? So I'd love to know your thoughts on this. Then I'll see you on the next episode. Goodbye.